Okay, so here is yet another video from me. I've got to get myself situated. So I'm going to stand back because I have a little story to tell about this jacket. You can't see it real clear in this lighting, but this will give you a little bit of a look at. So this is jacket number 1. And this is jacket number 2. So I'm going to tell you the story behind these 2 jackets, okay? Because just before Christmas, the week before Christmas, I stopped by at my one cousin's place. They were going to Alberta to their son's for Christmas. So this is jacket, oops, I gotta go this way, jacket number 2. I was wearing an old suede jacket that I have had for probably 15 years. And it, you know, it was a larger size, so I could wear it when I was at my largest. When I bought it, it was probably actually kind of big on me, but I had bought it and would wear it. I'm just going to sit down here and tell you the story because it's kind of cute. So I bought it, and I was wearing this suede jacket that it's quite old and tattered. It had a rip on the one sleeve that I had mended a while ago, but because I didn't wear winter coats for the last few years, like even when it was like minus 30, unless I was going to be outside shoveling snow or something like that, like if I was just running into a store or something, I didn't put my winter coat on. I always wore a little bunny hug or like a hoodie type jacket to cover myself because I didn't like my body being really exposed. And so I was just wearing it, and I knew it was big, but I also could not, in my cheapness, rationalize buying a new coat that I was only going to wear this winter and then have to replace by next winter because it would be too big. Sorry, I shouldn't have popped that Hulk. My throat's a little sore today for some reason. Anyways, so I was just going to wear it this year. I thought, you know, it's big, it's baggy, but whatever. It's just one winter, and by next winter I will be at or close to my goal weight, and I will buy a new jacket then. And so that's what I was going to do. So I stopped in the Monday before Christmas. I had baked some tarts to drop off for them to take with them to Alberta for dessert, some cheesecake tarts, and she was getting ready to go in tonight. She's a nurse. So she was in her house coat and had just had her bath and stuff. So we chatted for a few minutes. I just stood by the door with my coat on, and I had been there a couple of nights before actually with the same coat on, and all of a sudden she yells out, "Stop! Don't move! Don't go anywhere!" And she goes racing downstairs. So her 20-year-old daughter was home, and she and I are looking at each other going like, what the heck? And upstairs, Cynthia comes walking with 2 jackets. Now one of them I tried on and it was too small. The other one was the first coat that I put on. And at the time I was wearing a long sleeve shirt with a fleece vest on, again, because, you know, we're now all cold because we don't have all the insulation we once did, right? And so I put it on and I said, well, it's a little snug, but probably, you know, shortly after Christmas or whatever it will fit. And her daughter Nancy says to me, Denise, that is how clothes are supposed to fit. They're not supposed to be falling off of you. It looks good. So that's one of the things that's kind of interesting, because to me it felt like it was too small, but they said it looked good, and that you know, so it's getting used to wearing clothes that are close to our bodies, because if you're, although I know I've seen many larger people who didn't dress like that, they would wear clothes that fit snugger and stuff. I was never comfortable with that. I always wanted my stuff looser. I didn't want it snug against my body. I didn't feel comfortable with that. I didn't feel attractive in wearing clothes that were really snug. So that was fine. So I said, well, thank you very much. I will return it when you know, I buy a new coat next winter, but I will gladly wear it for this winter. So I left because she had to get ready for work, and as I'm backing out of the driveway and on the street ready to take off, the front door flies open and out comes Cynthia in her robe. It was like -30. And so I opened my window. She says, come back in, come back in. So I came back into the house, and again she had raced downstairs, and she brought up the second coat I had on. She said, try this one on. It's a little bit bigger. I know it will fit just perfectly. So again, I put it on, and at that time, it felt a little snug to me again. It wasn't tight, but because it was close against my body, I said, well, and both of them said, no, it looks really good. It looks really good. So that was kind of funny. We really have to work on our mental feelings about what looks good and what doesn't look good, and relearning that. And I think maybe that's why I've avoided shopping, because I really don't have a clue right now what does look good or doesn't look good, or how it should look. I mean, I know what looks good on other people, but I still am a little flabbergasted with this new sized body and figuring out what to put on it, and feeling comfortable in those smaller sizes that fit closer. So that it was just cute. So now I've worn the second coat. Actually, I took home with me, and I've worn it to work before. After that, I wore it, and I've gotten used to it now, and I do feel like it fits good and it looks good. It doesn't feel too tight anymore. But so just give yourself some time to adjust to how clothes are going to feel when they fit closer to your body now. Because you can wear them now that you're smaller. It looks good, girls or guys. The other cute story is I stopped in to see some other friends before I left town. And again, it's that whole personal space, body size, and our mind adjusting to where we are now as compared to where we were when we were at our largest. So I stopped in to see them, and her husband had been away working. So I actually hadn't seen him since I had surgery, or shortly after I got back from Mexico having my surgery. So we sat down, we had a drink, and when he saw me, actually, it was when this happened, I walked in and he went, oh my gosh, you're so small. And he gave me this big hug. Well, I have been used to hugging people standing a bit of a distance away from them, because of course my gut and stuff was in the way, so I couldn't get real close to people. So I stopped at where my mind thought I needed to stop in order to hug him. And Dave is this really tall guy, like he's 6'4" or 6 or something like that. So he's like got more than a foot on me. And he gave me this great big hug, and his arms went right around me, and he pulled me in close, and I fell into him because I was too far away. I thought I was as close as I could get to him to hug him, but I was so far away that when he pulled me in to hug me, I lost my balance and fell into him. So it was kind of funny. And that's what I've noticed with, I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger from way back. And hugging people, you can get so close to them. It feels so nice to and they can just pull you in so close because there's not as much of you. So those were two kind of cool things that happened over the Christmas holidays that sort of gave my head a bonk to say, okay, your body's changing, you got to get used to it. So anyways, hope you're having a great day. Don't know when I'll post these, but I'll get them posted eventually.